What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and
We're back with a top 10 awesome on Trick Williams. Now, I've been very, very scarce with giving the top 10 awesomes just because a lot of these guys have proven to be weird marks.
you should be.
I'm not getting that feeling from Trick. I think that he's a cool dude.
He's a normal dude. He's not a fucking wrestling match mark dork like Carmelo Hayes or a lot of the fucking indie schmucks are.
One, you can always tell, too, from their upbringing. When I started reading about this guy's Wikipedia, I saw that, okay, it's not like he dedicated himself to the indies, you know? But we'll break that down.
No, I don't think I genuinely believe that he does not watch New Japan.
He doesn't give a shit about New Japan.
Nobody should.
So, let's talk about number one. This guy has a very engaging theme.
He does.
That Trick. Can you imagine that on the main roster? The kind of chance this guy is going to get with 15,000, 20,000 people in the seats?
Well, it'd be fun to chant along, too.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about that is that he's going to get over. For sure. Guaranteed.
Like, huge, dude. This guy is going to be the next Booker T.
I hope so.
And I think Booker sees that in him, too, because Booker loves him on the table. So, yeah. For good reason. But yeah, that theme, that's the type of theme that me personally, I think that will get over more than Seth's stupid chanting theme, Cody's theme, Yeet, fucking anything. That's going to be the theme that gets over with everybody in every single market.
Absolutely. And because it's very chantable.
Yes.
So especially with fans nowadays who's attending these WWE shows, they're going to love to chant that.
Oh, and that's their thing, too, is that they have that in common, too, with a lot of soccer fans. They love to chant. Mm-hmm. So you give them a reason to chant, they're going to want to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
Number two, this guy looks like a star. I mean, you can't deny that.
No, he doesn't look like Johnny Gargano or Legado del Fantasma, whatever the fuck they're called. He looks like a star.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too, is that this guy was already a big dude to begin with, but then, you know, he was trained to become a college football player, put on some size, to the point that even when he debuted on TV, he was already looking bigger than most of the roster.
And that's crazy, too, because, like, a lot of these... This is why you don't need to recruit from the indies and probably shouldn't.
Amen.
When you can get people like Trick Williams, Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, people who did not more than likely wrestle one match on the indies, but yet they look like stars and they're great at everything, why the fuck should you recruit from the indies and get these broken down 30-something-year-olds?
This guy's only 29 years old.
Yeah.
29 years old, isn't even 30 yet. And he's the figurehead of NXT. He is, in my opinion, the best champion that WWE has right now.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
And he's, unlike the main roster, isn't pushing 40.
No.
Or isn't 40 already, like Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes.
Well, I mean, he will be by the time he's challenging for the Intercontinental title. Yeah.
Seriously. Forget my way. You know how it goes. So, number three, he is good on the mic. You can't deny this. This guy shines above all these NXT jabronis, especially when he's doing shit with his girl Lash Legend. That is, to me, the power couple right now in pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Just because when they go at it, it's entertaining shit. It feels like you're watching a Maury sketch. It really does. It feels like you're watching, like, 90s daytime TV. It's good shit. And when I heard that they were getting, you know, people like Sexy Red involved, I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
You know, this could get to be very ghetto-ish entertaining. You know, let's see how it goes.
Cool. I mean, you just hope that it's entertaining.
Oh, cool.
And with Trick,
yeah,
he's going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, of course. He'll make it work. I have no doubt about that at all. So, yeah, the guy's just good on the mic. He's a class act. Number four, he easily outclassed Carmelo when they debuted together. So that's the thing, is they debuted together. He was supposed to be like the sideshow. And here he is just outshining the fuck out of Carmelo. Mm-hmm. Carmelo's like, hey, I am him. And yeah, that's Trick Williams. You know, and Trick is just being humble the whole time, just chilling, taking it. And then finally they did the friendship and betrayal shit, and he got to be on his own. And everybody's like, wow. Yeah. Why was this guy pushed down for so long?
Yeah, I know, right?
And then you see the pictures of Shawn Michaels, like literally up front and rear up against Carmelo's butt.
Yeah,
pictures.
That was a bit weird.
And then the hug. Did you see the fucking hallway hug?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
They're...
Very strange. Very strange.
Shawn may be a Christian, but I think we know what team he's swinging for.
He's a born-again cornhole, that's for sure. But number five, the best NXT champion since Braun. That says a lot.
It does.
That says a lot, because you look at all the fill-ins that they had. They had Isla Dragunov.
Yuck. Boring. Ratings crash.
Right? They had Carmelo Hayes.
Garbage.
Fucking garbage. It's just like when you have filler like that at the top, you have to keep more talented guys in your mid-card. Trick wasn't even allowed to be that.
Yeah.
He was just side guy that maybe got to talk in a few segments with Carmelo.
Yeah,
if he was lucky.
Well, and and that's like, if we could shoehorn in another reason.
Sure. 5.5.
Name another tag team from NXT where the under guy in that tag team, like not the main guy, but like the sidekick guy, where he actually rose up and became the champion.
Maybe with Heavy Machinery back in the day.
With Otis, but Otis was never the champion in NXT.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or even on the main roster.
I don't know. That would be a good one to think about and contemplate. But we got to talk about how safe he is. Number 6.
Number 6, reason why Trick Williams is awesome. He's a safe wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, how many people have we heard reports of him injuring?
And you don't get hurt.
None.
That's the biggest thing, is you got to pay attention nowadays to how much a wrestler hurts themselves and hurts other wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, to me, tells how good of a wrestler they are.
Oh, absolutely. And, and you're never hearing, like, great wrestlers like Bret Hart could wrestle a match with you and you wouldn't get injured. Reckless wrestlers like Seth Rollins will literally break your nose because he's a fucking mark.
Dude, Bret's tough. Bret would wrestle with a 103-degree flu. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he was compromising the person he was wrestling with, but fuck it, it's The Undertaker. He didn't care.
It's The Undertaker. He's already dead.
Exactly.
But, with Trick Williams, like, he's not injuring people.
No.
He's not the reason why people are having to, like, take months and months of time off to recover.
Because he's got a safe style. He doesn't try to do all this breakneck New Japan strong style bullshit. He just goes out there and just has a good, entertaining match.
And he could do all that shit too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
he doesn't have to do it to get over.
Exactly.
And that's what makes him, a great talent. One of the reasons why it makes him a great talent is that, yeah, he's a great promo, but this guy's not injuring people. He's like John Cena never injured anybody that I can remember.
Well, and that's the type of guy that you can focus on having at the top of your company because he's reliable. He's not going to go out there and get hurt when you give him a title and give him a big run program. Mm-hmm. He's not going to go out there and hurt your top stars.
Right.
If anything, he's just going to put on good-looking matches that will get the crowd engaged. That's the biggest thing right now is if they can get over right off the bat with the fans, with the entrance, you got him hooked. It doesn't. You could be, and not saying this about Trick at all, but you could be the shittiest wrestler in the world. And as long as you have that catchy entrance, you're golden.
Of course, yeah. Even he's way past his prime, but I could say delete.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does not need to have great matches to get over.
Nah, he learned a catchphrase that worked with the crowd. He got it over with the crowd, and there it is.
Yeah, there it is, and Trick gets it.
He does.
And the 7th reason why Trick Williams is awesome, he gets mainstream attention.
I mean, when you have Sexy Red tweeting about you, and then you find out that they're working a program to get her on there working with him.
That's cool.
That says a lot that she's putting her eyes on this shit. Because me personally, I think that when Trick and Lash are working, that's some of the best segment work out there. I like to see that sports entertainment shit.
Because they're both charismatic, great mic workers.
They're engaging.
And they're engaging. And because they use their charisma and their talking ability to hook you in. They've got that. If they lost their in-ring ability, they could still cut promos. They could still, come across like stars. They're not like Gargano where this is all they have. Exactly. If they lose their in-ring ability, the career is over. This is what we need more of. Guys like Trick Williams are what the industry needs more of. Girls like Tiffany Stratton is what we need more of.
Absolutely.
Just great talents in the ring, on the mic, got charisma, they wrestle safe.
Young.
And they're young. They're not fucking. Their bodies aren't like riddled with injuries that they've had to,
and that's the
try
biggest,
to recover from.
The biggest thing that trips me out about all these Triple H lovers online is they will never point out the fact that he pushes people who are way past their prime. Like, dude, it was cool to cheer for Finn Balor back in 2016, but come on. He's a broken old man. Let him go to New Japan. And what are you freaking out about?
I agree. And the one of the things that we've been constantly hammering Triple H over, and rightly so, is that he's too invested in these talents. You need, if you're running a business, you've got to have not like you're like a sociopathic, like, hey, you're gone, fuck you and your family, I don't care. But you got to have the ability to cut loose from some of these talents that he's had in his system for so long.
Well, and let's make this perfectly clear. He's holding on to all the people that if they got cut loose right now, they could go get hired on any one of the big indies, whether it be AEW, New Japan, Impact, MLW, wherever the fuck they really want because of the work rate bullshit that is spread all across these indies. And they will get paid well. They will also make money doing autographs, cameos, all sorts of side shit. Trust me, these indie wrestlers, they live fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you Cross and Scarlett could get fired right now and they would be living like hogs.
Sure, I mean, they may even go back to TNA with a different power structure and with a different management regime. They may go back.
Like,
Maybe,
trust me, Matt Cardona wants to be back in WWE, but he makes great money doing the indies.
Sure. Well,
he's not hating what he's doing.
Well, and he gets to, he's got control over his schedule.
Exactly.
So it's like, even if he's making less money, there's less stress, there's less pressure, and he doesn't have to travel as much, and he can control his schedule. So I totally understand why Matt Cardona's, going down the right he's going down. But with Triple H, it's like, from a business standpoint, from TKO, it's a problem when the head guy of your company that ultimately runs your talent relations and creative can't let go of talents that are way past their 40s and broken down. He's going to probably hold on to them as like agents or producers.
Oh, you know what? Well, that way they continue their mark influence past their prime. That's why it sucks, because even though you know that eventually these people are going to have to retire, you know where they're going. And if Triple H is still in power, he's going to be putting them in agent positions.
Of course.
Coach positions. Creative positions where they can effectively mold WWE into this Mark Meltzer 5-star bullshit.
Yeah, and that's the problem here, is that there's so many people on the main roster right now that need to be cut.
Like
so
big
many
time.
Like
40 in a night, easy.
40 in a night easily, and Triple H can't let go of them because he's the one who brought them. He's Papa H to them. That's not a fucking joke. I know, it's floated around on Twitter it's a joke, Papa H. No, the wrestlers literally look up to him like a father figure, and he looks at him. He looks at them like they're his other children.
Exactly. Well, that's why when he regained power, what did he do? He rehired all those people that Vince McMahon cut.
Literally, when he first got back in power, what was the first thing he did?
First thing.
Cross.
Got on the Rolodex and hired back everybody, whether it was Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. It doesn't matter if it was the most bottom feeder, Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
He was hiring back all these shit bombs that weren't over with the crowd, and now to this day, he's still forcing them down your throat.
Literally 1 week after the next.
Yep.
When Triple H first took over in June of 2022, July, you started seeing every fucking week a new debut. Oh, another NXT Black and Gold, NXT Black and Gold, another, week after week after week.
And then the fans every time, why aren't they cheering? Because nobody knows who the fuck these people are.
Because Triple H wants so badly just to cater to the NXT Black and Gold audience.
Oh, yeah.
And because Vince is gone and the evil McMahon empire is done and Papa H is now running it, you're going to see so many people continuing to defend this. It doesn't matter what Triple H does with them, because he was their savior.
Right.
This is the problem with it. And there's so many talents that need to be cut, but Trick Williams does not need to be cut. Trick Williams needs to be given the fucking title. This is a talent. This is an actual talent, unlike Gargano or Finn Balor. This guy does not look like an indie schmuck.
He's a legit star.
He is. He's a legit star. And you know what else he was? He was a legit former college football player.
So number 8, right?
Number 8.
Yeah, he was a former college football player. I'm going to say he did 2 years, and then he decided he wanted to be a pro wrestler, so he trained at a Combat Zone Wrestling Academy and got signed shortly after that to a developmental deal. Started training at the PC. Debuted in 2022, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, just quick rise.
Yeah. Meteoric, really. I mean, he's now at the top.
Yeah.
Of the company. He's the NXT champion. And in my opinion, almost, I don't want to say he's better than Braun, because I really think Braun was the best NXT champion that we've ever had.
I think he's more developed than Braun.
Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Because he has more dimensions to him. Because Braun is more intense.
He's like a one-note character.
But Trick is a better, well-rounded wrestler. He's kind of like a Black Miz in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's like the difference between the Ultimate Warrior and Dean Malenko.
Right.
Or let me go with a better like a more of a like Chris Jericho. There you go.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, where it's Ultimate Warrior was way more over than Chris Jericho, but he was a one-note character. He didn't have versatility in his character, whereas Jericho, I think, has more versatility.
He didn't have to.
No.
He
It was just, I'm the warrior.
came out in rage and people popped. That's all you need to do. And that's the thing about Braun. Keep him in short bursts. It's the best way to push that guy.
Yeah, and I would really just make him don't play dumb. Don't insult the intelligence of the audience. We know he's Steiner's son.
Just call him Braun Steiner.
Yeah,
fuck it,
Braun Steiner. And have him be what is he, a third generation wrestler?
I think so.
Second or third? Yeah, make a big deal of that. They do it with Charlotte Flair. Fucking just do that with Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and I know it's probably one of those things where Braun doesn't want to get by using his name. But fuck it, if Cody can bleed it dry, dude, the least you can do is just call yourself a Steiner. Well, I'm not expecting this. I'm doing this for Daddy Rick! Well, I'm not expecting any promos like that. I'm just expecting him to come out and beat ass.
Well, and who's he fooling? Who are you fooling? We know that you're Rick Steiner's son. We know that Charlotte is the son of Ric Flair. No, I didn't mess that up. We know that Randy Orton is the son of Bob Orton. And that's the thing. Is you're insulting our intelligence with Ava Johnson. We know that's The Rock's daughter. You could tell. You're insulting our intelligence by having them go by this name, like Lexus King. Just have him go. He's the son of why is my brain blanking on his name?
Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman. We know he's the son of Brian Pillman. Stop insulting our intelligence.
Well, and if anything, too, it's one of those things where people oh, that's Brian Pillman's son. Damn, he fell the fuck off. What happened to this midget? Yep. Let the people know that, yeah, you can go by your daddy's last name, but it doesn't equate you having talent. No. Cody Rhodes. You have to have that extra step like Braun does. You have to have unique talent like Trick does.
Well, and I think that's Braun is more the kind of to touch on what we just said. Braun is more the one-note character. Trick is more of the all-around talent, and that leads us into number 9. This guy can do everything.
Yeah,
great on the mic, great in the ring, safe, looks like a star, got the charisma. He can act. It's there's what can this guy not do as a performer?
Multi-dimensional.
He's multi-dimensional.
Yeah,
and that's so fucking valuable to have. You need a talent out there that isn't one note that could do a lot of things. Now, if they're a really great one-note act, like an Ultimate Warrior or Macho Man, kind of a little versatile, but or Hulk Hogan, if they're that great, but if they're not, you at least want them to be great at everything.
Yeah, you want somebody that can go out there and, like you said before, if they get injured, they can talk on the mic.
Absolutely.
You want somebody that can do stuff live via satellite. They can do segments. They can act. That's the type of stuff that we're seeing out of Trick right now. Is we're seeing all those dimensions now that he's champion.
Oh, yeah.
Because beforehand he was just a background player. Now he's actually getting to be the main player.
Well, a background player, and it's, when you look at this guy, and this really, I'm looking at the roster in my head. I'm envisioning the WWE roster in the future. And when you think about it, and this ties us into reason number 10, he really is the most promising African American in that company. Because
who else you got?
But people are saying, what about Jade Cargill?
No.
My reaction to that is Jade Cargill is one note.
Well, not only that, but look at the fact that this woman, she's protected by camera angles right now. Nobody's talking about that shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, and even if she's this great in-ring performer, she's not an electric personality.
No.
That's the problem. She's a one-note wrestler. You take away her in-ring ability, she cannot work the fucking mic.
Nope.
Whereas with Trick Williams, he can work the mic. He's a great personality. He's a good actor. He could really do everything you need to.
And he can do the powerhouse shit that she does too. I mean, she's going around throwing women everywhere. It's dude, Trick can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only a matter of time before these late 30s, 40s, and Triple H darlings, they're going to have to retire due to injuries at some point. They're going to have to take a lot of time off.
You need to bring up young people. You need to start grooming young talents. I know Triple H hates that. He doesn't want to push anything that HBK made. But at this point, bro, you're not going to have much of a choice in 5 years. You're going to start to see a lot of these fools start dropping off. The fact that 90% of your top card is injury prone is a bad thing.
Yeah.
The fact that Rhea is already getting injured at her young age is very troubling.
It is. What is she, 26, 27?
That is troubling.
She's young. That's too young to be missing this much time and getting this. Man.
It's something that should be happening in your late 30s, 40s, not in your mid-20s.
Yeah, like with Punk. It makes sense that he's constantly, getting injured.
Well, yeah, I mean...
in his 40s.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, look at all the shit he's been through. And I mean, that's why he's Fragile Phil. He's been through a lot. And even... guys that take care of themselves like Drew, Bobby Lashley, they're going out with injuries too.
Yeah.
It's just the inevitable nature of the business, especially when you're on the road that much. And that's why you have to have young up-and-coming people that aren't injury-prone, that work safe, that can talk on the mic, that can engage the crowd, that can sell merch. This is your guy. You need people like this at the top of your company. You know, you got to look past your bias. You got to look past any stupid spike booking bullshit you would as a booker, and you got to be like, I got to do what's best for my company, and I got to put some young people that I can trust at the top.
Yeah.
It's not about the Meltzer points. It's not about the IWC points. It's about saving your company at this point.
And just ensuring that your company has a future that's not dependent on wrestlers in their 40s with injury histories that are a mile long.
Yeah.
Like, you need to start eventually. It's like any football team. You got to get new talent in there. Your wide receivers are going to be 33, 34, 35 before you know it. You're going to need to find their replacement.
Well, they keep on forgetting that wrestling is not a young man's game.
No.
It used to be back in the day because you got to look at a lot of the fact that a lot of those wrestlers, they could talk on the mic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So they were able to extend their careers, much like Hogan, Flair, Piper, because they could talk.
Yeah.
All the people that were able to have comebacks, Goldberg, could talk on the mic.
Yeah.
All these broken old fucks that couldn't talk, that all the fans jacked off to back in the 80s, they stay in retirement homes. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
All the people that make comebacks can talk.
It's true.
It's
absolutely true. It's like Trick Williams is everything that you want a WWE star to be on paper.
Yeah.
Like in every category, you want to, okay, they got to look like a star, check. Got to be great on the mic, check. Got to have charisma, check. Acting ability, check. Got to be athletic, check. Not injury prone, check. Safe wrestler, check. Like, what is he? And he's even got a catchy theme. Like, what's he missing?
He literally has everything at a developmental stage.
Yeah.
It's criminal even that he's not on the main roster, but at the same time, I like him in developmental because I know what would happen to him on the main roster.
Let's put it this way. LA Knight is not even contending for a mid-card title.
It's to the point that the fans are going viral for LA Knight. And they're letting Triple H know what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Triple H is like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm doing this on purpose to spite book a couple of YouTubers.
It's a sad thing, too, because, you know, you make LA Knight even like an Intercontinental Champion, a U.S. Champion. My God, that belt's going to get so fucking over. He's going to get it over with his personality.
And trust me, we'll talk more about that on the news. But this has been great talking about Top 10 Awesome on Trick Williams. This guy deserves it.
Totally.
One of the few top rising stars in wrestling right now. So, NC.
JCN.
Peace out.